everything we can to ensure a good night's sleep, including using the SoClean 2 daily to keep sleep equipment fresh. Try SoClean 2 risk-free for 30 nights. Order now and get $50 off. SoClean 2 is so fast and gives you peace of mind that your sleep equipment is fresh each time you use it. Call the number on your screen or go to SoClean2.com to take advantage of this risk-free trial and get $50 off. Call now.
Live from our Denver studio, it's America's Voice Live with Tudor Dixon and Steve Gruber. America's Voice Live.
This is America's Voice Live on Thursday, October 29th, 2020. Thank you for joining us. I'm Tudor Dixon with Steve Gruber by my side as always. Steve, let's take a look at today's top stories.
Well, Tudor, let's start with the social media giants. They're in the hot seat again as the Hunter Biden story continues to get buried across their platforms. We'll bring you up to date on what these CEOs are saying about censorship.
And an investigation called Operation Autumn Hope in Ohio recovered 45 missing children. We'll take you on a deep dive into that story later in the program.
And as the election rapidly approaches now, Democrats quickly changing their tune. They are now begging voters, please do not vote by mail. Turn your ballots in person or vote in person instead of mailing them in.
Absolutely, and this election is right around the corner, which for some folks is actually scarier than trick-or-treating during a pandemic. But let's take a look at that election countdown.
Well, we are now just 5 days out from Election Day, and the Trump campaign not slowing its pace. And Joe Biden may increase his a bit, but his campaign does not release as much information, as you well know. In fact, they keep a lid on just about everything. Here is the president's schedule today, 1:30 in Tampa, Florida. By the way, Joe Biden expected to be in Tampa today as well, so there'll be some dueling events today. I think the president will attract more people. That's my guess. 6:30, the president in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Tomorrow, back in Michigan, Waterford Township, that is southeast Michigan, critical to carrying the state. Then he'll be on to Green Bay, Wisconsin, and Rochester, Minnesota. For Saturday, he has an event scheduled in Reading, Pennsylvania at 4 o'clock. So the president continues to keep the pace blistering. But like I said, both the president and Joe Biden expected to be in Tampa today for dueling events. We'll see how that plays out and how the crowds look. We'll have a full report a bit later and tomorrow, of course.
And both candidates did speak yesterday. They shared very different messages on coronavirus. This is what the president had to say in Arizona.
We will deliver record prosperity, epic job growth, and a safe vaccine that eradicates the virus. The China plague is what it is, and quickly ends the pandemic. Normal life, which is what we want. We just want normal life.
Joe Biden did not leave his home state of Delaware, but he did hold a coronavirus briefing with these warnings for the American people.
Folks, we've lost more than 220,000 lives of this virus already, but this administration has just given up. Over the weekend, the White House Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows, went on television and admitted that they've waved the white flag and declared surrender. He said, quote, "We're not going to control the pandemic," end of quote. The American people deserve so much better than this.
Steve, these are two very different approaches. One seems to be of hope and one seems to be of dread. We'll see how both of those play out on November 3rd.
Of course, we'll continue to hear more about that. We do have good news on the jobless numbers and unemployment in general. Brand new numbers today across the economic spectrum. The number of Americans seeking unemployment benefits last week for the first time fell to 751,000. That is the lowest weekly number since March, since this pandemic kicked in earnest. So that's good news. You couple that with an increase of 33% for the third quarter in GDP, and that moves us well ahead. Now, we're not back to where we were before this pandemic and the shutdowns began. Growth in the next 3 months, the final 3 months of the year, fourth quarter, expected to be about 3%. But so far, everything about this economy has outperformed expectations. And one more number from Thursday's report from the Labor Department said the number of people who are continuing to receive unemployment benefits fell more than 700,000 to 7.76%. Now, what this means is when we get our unemployment number, which will happen very soon, will happen tomorrow, the unemployment number for October will come out maybe on Monday. That means the unemployment numbers have fallen again. Remember, we were told that unemployment would reach 25% in America. It actually peaked out at about 15%. Some states were higher. We're now at 7.8%, probably down to the 7.2, 7.1% area with these new numbers, Tudor. It's very good news, but we've got a lot of work to do.
And this could be good news for the president come Tuesday, but some people are sure that social media is meddling in these elections. Senator Johnson asked a disheveled Jack Dorsey yesterday to reiterate an answer to an earlier question about whether Twitter has the ability to influence the elections.
Mr. Dorsey, do you still deny that you don't have the ability to influence and interfere in our elections?
My answer was around people's choice around other communication channels.
No, your answer was, the question was, does Twitter have the ability to influence the elections? And you said no. Do you still stand by that answer?
Twitter as a company, no. No,
you don't think you have the ability by moderation policies, by, as Senator Lee would call, and I would call it censoring, what you do with the New York Post. You don't think that censorship, that moderation of policies, you don't think that influences the elections by withholding what I believe is true information from the American public? You don't think that interferes in elections?
Not our current moderation policies. Our current moderation policies are to protect the conversation and the integrity of the conversation around the elections.
People not only talking about his answers today, but also about his beard. But if it's not social media influencing the election, some are afraid fraud will come into play after the fact. Let's head out to Washington, D.C., where Carrie Sheffield with Just the News will walk us through the Supreme Court rulings for Pennsylvania and North Carolina. Carrie?
Hey there, Tudor. Yes, some big stories coming out of the Supreme Court yesterday in two different swing states. First, let's look at what happened in Pennsylvania with the Supreme Court. It rejected a repeal again following an October 19th decision by the Supreme Court to not take up a ruling by the Pennsylvania Supreme Court that said that the ballots could have an extension, that the ballots in Pennsylvania could be counted even after Election Day for an extended period. Now, the Supreme Court, the Republicans that argued in Pennsylvania, was a partisan place, and so they wanted the Supreme Court to intervene, and the Supreme Court, again on a second time, denied that request. Amy Coney Barrett was not part of that denial, but basically the Supreme Court said they needed more time, and they didn't have enough time to get through this before Election Day. So Pennsylvania right now, it appears that extension will hold. Let's move to North Carolina, where things might be a little bit more fluid. However, last night the Supreme Court rejected the president's efforts to shorten the North Carolina mail-in ballot deadline. Now, even before this decision by Supreme Court, the stamp time was 3 days after the ballot had been received, and now this has been moved to 9 days. So that's 6 days that have been tacked on to North Carolina when these ballots have been mailed in could be still counted according to the Supreme Court ruling. Now, the difference here with this one is that the Supreme Court said it was declining to listen to it. This doesn't mean that later on under Amy Coney Barrett, they might later on choose to listen to it if things are exigent because of the election. So we will, of course, keep you posted on all of this.
Thank you, Carrie. Make sure you are tuning into Just the News AM every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Steve, it's interesting because we're looking at this all of a sudden now. This changes the election significantly because we may not have an answer on Tuesday, which we were kind of expecting, but this is throwing a little bit more of a wrench into the gears.
Well, I think you're going to find out that in Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and elsewhere that there will be more challenges to counting ballots that come in after Election Day. Nobody honestly believes that it's appropriate to count ballots that are postmarked after Election Day. I don't know what the deal is with postmarks in Pennsylvania or North Carolina, but the other part of this is there are not a tremendous amount of ballots that generally show up that late in the game. In fact, Democrats now are pleading with people, do not mail in your ballots. That's coming from Elizabeth Warren, Ayanna Pressley on Twitter, saying that dropping off your ballot now is the right thing to do. Voting in person is the right thing to do, which is remarkable considering they told us that, voting in person was akin to a death sentence. You were killing your neighbors if you showed up to vote in person because, my gosh, you might spread the coronavirus to your neighbors and to others. So it's a big change of heart for the Democrats. Do not mail in your ballots. Make sure you drop them off at a secure ballot receptacle, one of those ballot, drop boxes, I guess, or vote in person. That's a dramatic change. So I don't know how much those court rulings will really impact how many ballots might trickle in later. You're watching America's Voice Live. More straight ahead.
This is the kind of card that has America talking. With it, people with Medicare are getting all-in-one coverage for their doctor visits, hospital care, prescription drugs, and more. This kind of insurance, called Medicare Part C, may also cover dental care, eyeglasses, hearing aids, fitness programs, vitamins, even healthy meals and rides to the doctor. With this kind of coverage, you do not need a Medicare supplement insurance plan. You will access your benefits through your Medicare Part C plan for one low and oftentimes $0 monthly plan premium. You deserve to get the most from your Medicare benefits. Call now for free information that may help you get more coverage for less money. There is no obligation to enroll. Whether for yourself or someone you love, call the number on the screen now. Call now.
Hello, I'm William Shatner, and you may not know this about me, but years ago, I was diagnosed with a sleep disorder. And like millions of others, I was prescribed sleep equipment. Did you know sleep equipment manufacturers recommend daily cleaning? That's why I use SoClean 2. It's the perfect complement to my daily routine, and it's hassle-free. SoClean 2 is fast and easy. It keeps my sleep equipment fresh every day without the need for disassembly. To keep the immune system strong, we should do everything we can to ensure a good night's sleep, including using the SoClean 2 daily to keep sleep equipment fresh. Try SoClean 2 risk-free for 30 nights. Order now and get $50 off. SoClean 2 is so fast and gives you peace of mind that your sleep equipment is fresh each time you use it. Call the number on your screen or go to SoClean2.com to take advantage of this risk-free trial and get $50 off. Call now.
Feel like you live a lot of your life online? The average person is connected almost 7 hours a day. And all that shopping, banking, browsing, and sharing could mean exposing your personal information. In fact, 64% of adults admit to risking online privacy for convenience. Is it any wonder that 26% of people had malware on one of their devices? Or that there's a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds? Your digital life may be in lots of places, but there's one place to help keep it safe. Norton 360 with LifeLock. With security to help block hackers from your devices, a VPN to help keep your online activity private, and LifeLock identity theft protection. Now, you can get up to 25% off your first year of Norton 360 with LifeLock with promo code TV offer. Call to start your membership or visit lifelock.com/TV offer.
Right now, the narrative been spent. President Trump is full of hate. Let me tell you something. The Democrats is full of hate. I'm tired. I've been a Democrat. I am a Democrat all my life. 64 years. Last 4 years, I voted for Hillary Clinton. This year, I decided to go with President Trump.
What you're watching is Maurice Davis. He is a city council member in the city of Flint, Michigan, in deep, dark blue Genesee County. This is one of the 8 counties in Michigan that went for Hillary Clinton 4 years ago. This is remarkable to me, Tudor, because here's a member of the city council saying, I don't care if I lose my city council job. What we're doing in supporting Donald Trump is so much bigger because he gives a chance to people that are hurting. And I think that's a remarkable place to start, Tudor. What do you think of that?
Oh, very, very powerful. I'm very impressed with his bravery to get up and do that, like you said, especially in the area that he lives in. We saw what happened to Karen Whitsitt in Detroit, but all of these people are coming out strong. And to get reaction to it, I want to bring in Real America's Voice contributor Terrence K. Williams. Terrence, welcome back. You saw that yourself. I think you've had some of those same feelings about the president. What do you think about a guy like that who lives in an area, Flint, where they've had so many problems, coming out and saying, hey, I'm going to support this president?
Well, it makes me smile. It makes me really, really happy to see that people are finally realizing that the Democratic Party is the lazy party, the no caring party, the do nothing party, that the party who doesn't care about the American people. And I'm so glad to see that people are now realizing that President Trump has been fighting for all Americans. So to see that that city council member is willing to lose his seat to stand up for what's right gives me hope. It reminds me that, you know what, there are still good people in this country who will realize, you know, that President Trump is fighting for all of us.
Well, he certainly is, Terrence, and it is remarkable to be in Flint, Michigan. You know that much of the Democratic efforts in 2016 circulated around Flint as they tried to blame Republicans for bad water lines when really it was Democrats in Detroit fighting with Democrats in Flint that triggered that entire problem with the water system. But to see Maurice Davis, because there's a lot more to it, talking about we are one nation under God. He goes, I'm not a Trump American, I am an American. And it does give me hope. And this is why I think you will see Barack Obama with Joe Biden back in Southeast Michigan on Halloween, October 31st, because they know they have a problem with the African American vote.
Well, you know, Flint, Michigan didn't get much help from the Democratic Party. You know, Obama did a horrible job at helping Flint, Michigan. Horrible, horrible job. Joe Biden was the VP, and he did a horrible job also. You know, they forgot they did not do much for Flint. And Flint remembers that. Flint remembers that the Democrats sat on their narrow behinds and did nothing. And so, of course, they are going to be on the side of President Trump. They see that this man is fighting for everyone, the black community. I mean, it's amazing what this president has done. And I don't care about Barack Obama going out campaigning with Joe Biden. He campaigned for Hillary Clinton and she didn't win. Oh, Obama can't help anyone. He couldn't even help himself. You know, so I mean, you know, he did have 8 years, but the man he didn't get anything done, and people remember that. So they don't care about him campaigning for Joe. You know.
That's certainly what the president has been saying. I want to talk about another Democrat now, Ilhan Omar. She was in Teen Vogue, and she came out and she said that we need to dismantle the police. She said you need to get rid of the Minneapolis Police Department. It comes out of a place of understanding that they don't have credibility within our community. Then she went on to say they are not doing the core function of solving half of the homicides in our city. So if you're not functioning in the ways in which you are supposed to function, protecting and serving, and your function has become to brutalize and cause harm to your community, you shouldn't exist. Now, Terrence, this is in the midst of 8 Minneapolis residents who are currently awaiting a judge's ruling after they filed a lawsuit against the city because they scaled back their police. Now violent crimes in the city are up 20% overall. What do you have to say about Democrats who continue this narrative of take away the police and ultimately hurt these communities?
Well, they're asking for destruction. They're asking for all kinds of crimes to happen. But speaking of Ilhan Omar, she was in Team Vogue. She should have been on Team Un-American, Team Terrorist, Team whatever you want to call her. This woman is crazy. She's anti-American, and I really don't like the woman at all. And I think the American people need to vote this woman out of office. She is so un-American, so un-American. She wants this country to be destroyed. In my opinion, she wants this country to fall. She wants America to fall. Anyone who's asking they're not only asking to defund the police. They want to get rid of the police entirely. And so they're asking for this country to fall. We need the police to protect the American citizens. And if there was no such thing as crime, the cops would not have to be in those neighborhoods. But there's a lot of crime in those neighborhoods. So people should sue because we need the police to protect us.
Terrence K. Williams, always a pleasure. Good to have you here as we head into Election Day, now just 5 days away. Terrence, thank you so much for your input, as always. In fact, Tudor, if you look at polling numbers, policing is encouraged and hoped for by more Americans. Americans want more police, more protection, more police officers on the streets, not less. I mean, the polling on this is quite clear. So the push to continue to talk about defunding police, dismantling police departments, it's falling on deaf ears across America, I think is a safe way to put it. And Ilhan Omar and these others that are calling on this, they're not going to get their way on this one, I can assure you of that, because police protection is important to American citizens. Quick break now on America's Voice Live. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm here to tell you about my new product from MyPillow, towels that actually work. Watch this absorbency test. Here's another towel that we randomly went out and bought. Here's one of my towels with the nice design. I don't know if you can see this, but you could line a swimming pool with this. I mean, this is crazy. Get rid of it. Towels that actually work. What a concept.
I really love the towels. They're really great. They're super absorbent.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now. The new MyPillow towels are exclusively made with 100% USA combed cotton with proprietary technology and with maximum absorbency. They dry you faster and are guaranteed to work. And listen to this. Use the promo code on your screen and Mike will include a second full towel set with bath towel, hand towel, and washcloth absolutely free. That's 2 MyPillow towel sets for the price of 1 in your choice of color.
I personally guarantee they're going to be the best towels you'll ever own.
Order now.
So Frank, you're a big hurt. Why do you need Nugenics?
After 40, a guy loses free testosterone. Even me. I couldn't stay in shape like I used to.
Frank! So does Nugenics really work?
Oh yeah, my workouts are incredible now. I'm feeling stronger, more energetic, with a lot more drive.
Frank. So say I knew someone who should try Nugenics. How does he do that?
It's easy. Just send a text to get a complimentary bottle.
Frank's right. Now you can claim a complimentary bottle of award-winning Nugenics by texting BUFF to 42424. Its unique formula is powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to help a man feel stronger, leaner, more energetic, and more passionate. Text BUFF to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenics Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of new Nugenics Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. That's BUFF to 42424.
If you're over 50, imagine you could turn back the clock on your stiff, achy joints 10, even 20 years. Imagine you could do this without products that just temporarily hide the symptoms and may have side effects. Imagine no more. Get your complimentary sample of Instaflex Advanced just by texting JOINT to 231231. Instaflex Advanced is different because it targets the root cause of joint soreness and stiffness. It doesn't just cover up symptoms. Instead, it bathes your joints in its unique combination of 5 key natural ingredients found in no other product. Key ingredients backed by 5 clinical studies. Instaflex Advanced is so powerful, you could have better knees in just 1 week. Maybe that's why it's #1 at GNC. But you can only get your complimentary sample by texting JOINT to 231231. Plus, text now and we'll include a tube of Instaflex pain cream with its exclusive oxygenated oil for fast-acting relief from the pain of arthritis, backaches, and sore muscles, absolutely free. Text JOINT to 231231.
Welcome back to a very busy Thursday here on America's Voice Live.
It is a very busy Thursday. As you mentioned earlier, the big tech CEOs were in the hot seat yesterday, and they were asked if they had no information at all that Russia was a source for the New York Post article. Why are they hiding all of the information? Listen for yourself.
Let me just make sure I understood the answer, Mr. Dorsey and Mr. Zuckerberg. Mr. Dorsey, did I understand you to say that you have no information indicating that the New York Post story about Hunter Biden has a Russian source? Did I understand correctly?
Yes, not that I'm aware of.
And is that also your answer, Mr. Zuckerberg, that you have no information at all to indicate that Russia was the source of this New York Post article?
Senator, I would rely on the FBI to make that assessment.
But you don't have any such information, do you?
I do not myself.
I'm just trying to clarify the answer to Senator Johnson's question.
Steve, I find his answer fascinating because he says he would rely on the FBI for that information, but he's clearly not relying on the FBI for that information. He's deciding on his own what the American people should hear and what they shouldn't.
Well, correct. And we know now that some of those so-called fact checkers were former members of the Biden campaign, for example. I thought Jack Dorsey's look of postmodern homeless was quite special. The only thing he was missing was a twig and a leaf in his beard. I thought that would have been a nice touch. Dorsey admitting they have no evidence whatsoever, none, of Russian interference or that any of the Hunter Biden information isn't anything but exactly as what it's been portrayed to be. Hunter Biden making deals, talking about his father, his uncle, his business partner Devin Archer, plus the inappropriate pictures and videos that have been found on that laptop and other information. Here's more with Jack Dorsey saying he doesn't know anything to be out of sorts. Listen.
Any of you have any information whatsoever, they're not authentic or that they are Russian disinformation? Mr. Dorsey.
We don't.
You have no. So why would you censor it? Why did you prevent that from being disseminated on your platform that is supposed to be for the free expression of ideas, and particularly true ideas?
We believed it fell afoul of our hacking materials policy. We judged in the
Well,
moment.
what evidence suggests it was hacked? They weren't hacked.
We judged in a moment that it looked like it was hacked materials.
You were wrong.
Surfacing, and we updated our policy and our enforcement within 24 hours.
Yeah, they did nothing, Tudor. They updated something, and he grew his beard longer, but nothing really happened from what I can tell.
Well, something actually has happened. They have the New York Post completely banned from Twitter. They can't even go into their account. They're saying they can't even go into their account to delete the article, but we're going to put up a picture so you can see. This is a screenshot of what Twitter looks like for the New York Post. As you can see, their last post is October 14th. They haven't been able to put anything out there on Twitter. They asked them about this. There was really no response. We updated our policy. We changed things. But hey, guys, the New York Post is still locked out. Now, Steve, I want to contrast that with something that John Legend put out yesterday. We have this. The White House correspondent for NBC came out and said that the U.S. Postal Service's on-time delivery for first-class mail has dropped again. John Legend comes out and says, this is intentional. Do not put your ballots in the mail anymore. I would say that this is a conspiracy theory, Steve. There is no evidence showing that the Postal Service is intentionally slowing the mail. And this is not a small account. I mean, John Legend is not a small account. This could go viral very quickly, but Twitter hasn't done anything to him.
Seems to me John Legend, he might be a QAnon guy. That's what I'm getting out of that. Maybe he's been listening to 4chan a little bit too much. Kind of a QAnon guy, That's John Legend losing his mind, apparently. By the way, who's John Legend? I'm not really sure. Fascinating to me, though, isn't it? All right, it's Thursday, 5 days to go before the election. A lot to cover here today as things are developing fast. Don't go anywhere. It's America's Voice Live. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I guarantee you they'll be the most comfortable sheets you'll ever own.
With the Giza Dream Sheets, I'm getting the best sleep of my life.
They are so soft and smooth. I never slept so good.
I fall asleep faster because I'm actually comfortable.
I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable, which is why I can give you my full 10-year warranty. But I didn't stop there. My Giza sheets also include full 21-inch wide pillowcases that will fit over any pillow and deep pocket sheets that will fit over any mattress. I guarantee you the first night you sleep on my sheets, you'll never want to sleep on anything else.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now. MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets are available in a variety of colors. and will be the softest, most comfortable sheets you will ever own. Use the promo code and get 2 for 1 low price, plus free shipping. Giza Dreams are made with the finest, most sought-after cotton in the world. Giza cotton was once reserved for only the finest dress shirts, but is now available in Mike's Giza Dream Sheets. They feature a beautiful silky sateen weave that helps keep you cool and comfortable all night long.
With the Giza Dream Sheets, I'm getting the best rest of my life.
I love my Giza Dream Sheets.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now to get your very own MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets. Use the promo code and Mike will give you a very special 2 for 1 low price and free shipping. That's right, get 2 for 1 low price and free shipping. Call or go online now.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm here to tell you about my new product from MyPillow. Towels that actually work. Watch this absorbency test. Here's another towel that we randomly went out and bought. Here's one of my towels with the nice design. I don't know if you can see this, but you could line a swimming pool with this. I mean, this is crazy. Get rid of it. Towels that actually work. What a concept.
I really love the towels. They're really great. They're super absorbent.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now. The new MyPillow towels are exclusively made with 100% USA combed cotton with proprietary technology and with maximum absorbency. They dry you faster and are guaranteed to work. And listen to this. Use the promo code on your screen and Mike will include a second full towel set with bath towel, hand towel, and washcloth absolutely free. That's 2 MyPillow towel sets for the price of 1 in your choice of color.
I personally guarantee they're going to be the best towels you'll ever own.
Order now.
You are watching America's Voice Live.
And there's been a disturbing discovery in Philadelphia, if you didn't hear about this, Tudor. A van full of explosives was discovered during a period of unrest in the city of brotherly love, if you will. The van contained flares, possibly dynamite, other explosives. It was discovered while the city was going through these 2 days of rioting before the National Guard arrived. Explosives, suspicious cargo, propane tanks, torches, and yes, dynamite found in the van. It's unclear how the authorities came to be aware of this vehicle containing the explosive or who the owner or operator of the vehicle is, but the bomb squad has taken an interest, as you can imagine. But how unsettling is that? Is this where we have ended up now with Antifa and the anarchists trying to do great damage to our cities?
And in another hacking, this is so we already heard about Iran and Russia potentially affecting our elections. Now the Trump site has been hacked in a message they posted on the campaign's website. So if you went to the website, it looked like you were being asked to send money. The hackers asked people to send cryptocurrency to one of 2 virtual addresses to either encourage the hackers to release the data or discourage them from doing that. So they said they had data that was stolen that would prove Trump was involved in the origin of coronavirus. Obviously, the Trump site immediately put this out, saying that they had been hacked and not to do this. But these are the times we're living in right now. Obviously, you can't always say what you want, and that is also true on college campuses, which is why I want to bring in my next guest, Nicole Neely. She is the president of Speech First. Nicole, welcome back to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and I love what you do. I think that it's so important. It's so important for our viewers to understand what Speech First is, but you just had a big win, so I want you to talk about that as well.
Sure. So Speech First is a national membership organization. We defend students' rights on campus primarily through litigation. So we've been around for about 3 years, and we've sued schools including the University of Michigan, University of Illinois, my alma mater, and the University of Texas, my husband's alma mater. And just yesterday, we got our decision back in our case against Texas, and we won in a 3-0 decision, which is really cool. So the court found that the school has indeed been chilling student speech. We challenged 4 specific policies. The school has something called a campus climate response team, which is scary and Orwellian, and it encourages students to report on each other. They also have an overbroad speech code Their dorms have their own version of a bias response policy, and they also had an internet use policy that prohibited students from sending rude email correspondence. Obviously, all of these terms are very broad in the eye of the beholder, and it gives administrators broad discretionary power to pick winners and losers. And unsurprisingly, the kind of speech that ends up getting dinged or found for being hateful or otherwise unacceptable is political speech, and it's religious speech. So we challenged those on the grounds that the school was trying to chill speech, and the Fifth Circuit agreed with us. So it's a great victory. We're very proud.
Congratulations, for sure. One thing that we see on college campuses is almost these new speech policies seem to encourage victimhood, I would say. And so it changes exactly what the First Amendment was there for in the first place, to kind of empower people. And now it's taken that right away, but also made people who feel like they've been victimized by speech, it gives them some sort of a strange power. Would you say that's what you're seeing?
Definitely. I think with these bias response teams in particular, it's encouraging people to see microaggressions where, frankly, something might not exist before. But if you see a report put out by your school that there were 150 incidents of hate over the past year, it makes you think, oh my gosh, did I see that? Maybe I was subject to one. And I think, frankly, it undermines a sense of community, because it's incumbent on students, when they go away to college, they've just gone from their parents' house to they're learning how to operate as an adult in the real world. But what these programs are doing is it's teaching students, go and tell a grown-up, go and tell the government, go and tell on somebody else. Don't deal with this interpersonally. And frankly, I consider that really concerning. If I see somebody saying something unkind to somebody else, I think it's kind of incumbent on me as a person, as a citizen, as a human being to go and say, hey, don't talk to her that way. What are you doing? And to try and diffuse the situation, and not to go and tell the government, not to go and tell on the person. I think it's starting to, they're oversensitive. And what's interesting to me in some of these biased response reports that are filed is students they're requesting punishment. They're asking for, somebody said something mean, kick them out, expel them, suspend them. I mean, they really want to ruin people's lives. And so I think this all plays into that cancel culture that we've been seeing too.
No, that is really interesting to think that some college students are trying to get other college students kicked out, because I think this backfires once they get out of college. We saw the Harvard student who posted something on social media saying that I will hold up my paper cut after I stab you, and ultimately lost her job. So how do students get out of schools like this and function in the real world? Because this isn't something you can do in business.
Well, I think the scary thing is that what's happening on campus isn't staying on campus, right? These students are coming out, and they have been socialized to view this kind of behavior, these kinds of attitudes, as normal. And so they demand similar accommodations in their workforce, at their offices. I mean, I don't want to work with somebody like that. I don't want to hire somebody like that. But now we start to see HR departments at major corporations capitulate, where, there are all these new programs and, diversity initiatives, and people like, remember James Damore at Google being fired for expressing a viewpoint outside of the window of acceptable discourse. And so I think unfortunately, it's not stopping at the schoolhouse gate. It is definitely, it's coming out into society at large. And I think that's one of the reasons why we need to draw a line in the sand and tell students this is not acceptable behavior. I would love to see administration step up and say, this is not what you were here for. You were here to learn, and you were here to learn how to function in society.
Okay, so you have a bunch of students who come to you, obviously very brave students, and say, I'm not going to stand for this. What advice do you give for students who feel like that, but they don't know where to go?
It's interesting. I talk to a lot of students who, they're just so used to being treated badly. They're used to having their applications for an event space denied because they're a conservative group. They're used to not having, to getting less money than their peers just because it's a conservative group as opposed to a liberal group, for example. And so part of what I do, I think, is kind of telling them it's like deprogramming the Stockholm Syndrome. This is not okay. It's not okay to be treated this way. And then figure out what their goals are. Is it that you want to create a student group and the school's blocking you? Is it that you're not able to express your opinions? And then figuring out what the remedies are. I mean, obviously I like to sue schools, but it doesn't always take a federal lawsuit. I mean, sometimes it's just as simple as going to people like you and letting the media know, because schools hate the negative attention. And often schools will backtrack on some of their policies just once there's a little bit of sunshine shown on their illiberal, on the illiberal nature of what's going on. And so, there's a lot of tools we have at our disposal, but part of it is just saying, stop it. This is not okay, and you deserve better.
I've noticed that you're talking about conservatives a lot, so it seems like speech is allowed if it's acceptable to the university and what people are teaching. It seems to be the conservative speech that continues to get pushed off of campus. We've seen this with people like PragerU, with Turning Point, but now actual students on campus can't even voice their opinion. So tell us where people can find Speech First and what they can do to reach out to you if they have a problem.
Sure. Our website is speechfirst.org. There's a portal on there that says share your story. So please let us know what's going on in your campuses so we can either help or shine a little bit of light on it. We're also on, obviously, all the normal social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And so, yeah, we would love to help out however possible, because this is so pervasive. I mean, a group called the Foundation for Individual Rights in Education has found that 9 out of 10 schools across the country have at least one policy in the books that substantially impacts student or faculty speech and expression. That is an unacceptable statistic.
Thank you so much, Nicole Neely with Speech First. We really appreciate having you on. Come back.
Stay tuned to get a free pan from Granite Stone. Stuck on eggs, burnt on batter. You can scrub and scrape, but you can't escape the nightmare of your sticky pans. Introducing the Granite Stone Pan, the all-new durable non-stick pan. No butter or oil needed. Watch, we melted down these sticky candies in Granite Stone, and it just doesn't stick. We cooked a half a dozen eggs, bacon, cheese, and tomato breakfast with no butter or oil, and it just doesn't stick. Look, caramels, chocolate, and cheese. Unreal for any other pan, but not for Granite Stone. It just doesn't stick. Granite Stone will be the last pan you'll ever need because it's pressed from a solid aluminum disc for even heat conduction, then coated 3 times with our durable Granite Stone finish. Granite Stone is metal utensil safe and won't scratch. And talk about non-stick. This salmon cooked skin side down with no added butter or oil just doesn't stick. This steak is perfectly seared just like the pros. And because Granite Stone is oven rated to 500 degrees, we bake this upside down pan pizza to perfection, and it just doesn't stick. Fire Flambe Delicious Cherries Jubilee. Plus it's PFOA free and 100% dishwasher safe. Call or go online to get your Granite Stone pan for the special TV discount price of just $19.99. Granite Stone is so durable it comes with a 10-year warranty. And with every order, you're going to get a Granite Stone single-serve egg pan absolutely free. It's the perfect size for personalized eggs, omelets, or frittatas that slide right out. It makes the best bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich quick. Yours absolutely free. We'll even ship your entire order free. That's right, free shipping. You get it all, an incredible value. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-850-0237. That's 1-800-850-0237, or order online at buygranitestone.com. That's 1-800-850-0237. Call now.
If you're over 50, imagine you could turn back the clock on your stiff, achy joints 10, even 20 years. Imagine you could do this without products that just temporarily hide the symptoms and may have side effects. Imagine no more. Get your complimentary sample of Instaflex Advanced just by texting JOINT to 231231. Instaflex Advanced is different because it targets the root cause of joint soreness and stiffness. It doesn't just cover up symptoms. Instead, it bathes your joints in its unique combination of 5 key natural ingredients found in no other product. Key ingredients backed by 5 clinical studies. Instaflex Advanced is so powerful, you could have better knees in just 1 week. Maybe that's why it's #1 at GNC. But you can only get your complimentary sample by texting JOINT to 231231. Plus, text now and we'll include a tube of Instaflex pain cream with its exclusive oxygenated oil for fast-acting relief from the pain of arthritis, backaches, and sore muscles, absolutely free. Text JOINT to 231231.
You're watching America's Voice Live. Steve, we have a little hope coming out of Ohio today.
Yeah, I wanted to share a story in such a tragic circumstance, that being human trafficking. A bit of hope today from Operation Autumn Hope. 179 people have been arrested. 45 missing children have been recovered. In the state of Ohio, again, it's called Operation Autumn Hope, and the police, working with local, state, and federal agencies, moved in. Like I said, 179 arrested, 45 kids recovered. It is a bit of hope, a ray of hope. Listen.
We just completed Operation Autumn Hope. over 50 law enforcement agencies and social service providers in addition who conducted a human trafficking sting all across the state. Human trafficking only exists when there's supply and demand. So we're enforcing Ohio's laws about promoting prostitution, about solicitation, also against the Johns who provide the demand and the money to drive this illicit trade.
Yeah, so as you look at this, and you look at the number of young people that are snagged into this, young boys, young girls, teenagers, people into their 20s, human trafficking affects everyone. And so I tip my hat to those more than 50 police and law enforcement agencies for getting this done. Operation Autumn Hope, we need more of that today, that's for sure.
You make a good point. Many of those are children, but there are 20-year-old and older people as well. They ended up saving 109 people total. 45 of those were children, but 109 people saved. Obviously, a situation where you can celebrate, even though it was a terrible situation that happened. And Twitter actually is jumping on the bandwagon of trying to prevent these types of things from happening. So we've talked a lot about Twitter and Facebook and YouTube in the past few days. This is something that I really think we should be celebrating, something that we're not hearing too much about on the mainstream media, but Twitter is finally banning, promoting, or normalizing sexual attraction to minors. And so they recently updated their policies on child sexual exploitation, and they're kind of quietly doing this. Like I said, a whole lot of people don't know, but the policy now states that the following are not permitted. You can no longer have visual depictions of a child engaging in sexually explicit or sexually suggestive acts, illustrated, computer-generated, or other forms of realistic depictions of a human child in a sexually explicit content or engaging in sexually explicit acts, sexualized commentaries about or directed at known or unknown minor, and links to third-party sites that host child sexual exploitation material further down the list. Twitter notes that another banned behavior is promoting or normalizing sexual attraction to minors. So that's a big deal. You can no longer promote or normalize sexual attraction to a minor. This is something that Twitter has come under fire for probably a year now. People have been saying, hey, wait a minute, you're banning our speech here, but these people, there are pedophiles all over this platform, and no one is doing anything. So it'll be interesting to see, Steve, how they actually go through with this, how they continue to find these folks, but you are no longer able to promote or normalize sexual attraction to minors as a form of sexual identity or sexual orientation. That's a big deal. It's a big win for a lot of these people who are fighting sex trafficking. That's something that the president has fought hard against in his administration. Ivanka Trump has been a big part of that too. Now, Tampax came out with something a little bit different for this whole LGBT community. Now they're saying, fact, this is a tweet, as you can see. This is what they tweeted out. Fact, not all women have periods. Also a fact, not all people with periods are women. Let's celebrate the diversity of all people who bleed. Hashtag myth busting, period truths, trans is beautiful. I got to tell you, Steve, I'm going to push back on this one a little bit because I don't know why men would want it, but it's just, this is science. When we hear people on the left saying that we are science deniers, this one's science, folks. Men don't have periods.
Yeah.
It's not a thing.
Some people do. Some people don't. Seems pretty straightforward, pretty cut and dried. All right, we're going to go shift gears a little bit here now, back to some politics. If you missed this earlier, this is really fairly remarkable. Maurice Davis is a member of the Flint, Michigan City Council, a Democrat, 64 years. He's been a Democrat on the city council pushing those views his entire life. Voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016, but he said today he's all done. He's a Trump supporter. He said Democrats have done nothing to help poor people, have done nothing to help African Americans, nothing. Here's another part of what he said. Listen in.
People are losing everything, and when Mr. Trump said, what the hell you got to lose, he was talking to me. He was not talking to my seat Only thing Maurice D. Davis got to lose is a council seat at $700 every 2 weeks. But this is what I got to gain. Instead of being a divided state of America, it's time to be the United States of America.
I'm telling you, it was powerful, Tudor. When he said, "What the hell do you have to lose?" he was talking to me. And I wonder how many others are reflecting on that now. I wonder how many other voters across this country that have not been polled, are in places where they don't get contacted, that haven't been questioned about where their support's going to lie come Tuesday if they haven't already voted. By the way, I went and voted today, Tudor, so I've gotten that checked off my list. The reason being is I've got a young man that's going to vote for the first time on Tuesday, and he almost forgot, so I have to play the adult and make sure he makes it. I'll be giving him a ride. We'll ride share and take him over to the polling place.
Good. I'm glad. That's wonderful. And that's what a lot of people are calling out. But these are the things, when you see Maurice Davis out there, these are the things that some people don't know are happening behind the scenes, but it's impacting a lot of voters. Of course, we'll find out on Tuesday.
Do you have any idea how your mattress affects your body and how well you sleep? Is it too hard or too soft, causing you to wake up with sore shoulders, back, or hips? Are you uncomfortable because you're too hot or too cold? Now you can get the total body support you need and the better sleep you want with the new MyPillow mattress topper.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell. When I invented my new MyPillow mattress topper, I made it to have everything you'd ever want in a topper. My mattress topper helps give you the support you need, helps relieve your pressure points, and regulates your body temperature for you as an individual. It comes with a 10-year warranty. You can wash and dry the cover. It's made in the USA, and I back it with my 60-day money-back guarantee.
Go to MyPillow.com or call now to get your very own MyPillow mattress topper. Use the promo code and Mike will give you 30% off and 2 standard MyPillows absolutely free. Order now.
MyPillow topper delivers on its promise to give me a better night's sleep.
I can sleep all night through, and it's a miracle for me.
Mike's exclusive 3-layer design starts with a layer of MyPillow foam, providing you superior support and comfort. The second layer of transitional foam evenly distributes body weight and helps relieve uncomfortable pressure points for optimal comfort. Mike's ultra soft outer layer is a patented temperature regulating cover that helps keep you at your ideal sleeping temperature all night long. Unlike other sleep systems costing thousands, the MyPillow mattress topper takes comfort to a whole new level without any wires, remotes, or moving parts. Call now or go to MyPillow.com to order your MyPillow topper. Use the promo code to save 30%. When you do, Mike will give you 2 of his standard MyPillows absolutely free. That's right, 2 standard MyPillows free and 30% off your MyPillow topper today. Order now.
I personally guarantee it's going to change your bed into the most comfortable bed you'll ever own.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Hello, I'm William Shatner, and you may not know this about me, but years ago, I was diagnosed with a sleep disorder. And like millions of others, I was prescribed sleep equipment. Did you know sleep equipment manufacturers recommend daily cleaning? That's why I use SoClean 2. It's the perfect complement to my daily routine, and it's hassle-free. SoClean 2 is fast and easy. It keeps my sleep equipment fresh every day without the need for disassembling. To keep the immune system strong, we should do everything we can to ensure a good night's sleep, including using the SoClean 2 daily to keep sleep equipment fresh. Try SoClean 2 risk-free for 30 nights. Order now and get $50 off. SoClean 2 is so fast and gives you peace of mind that your sleep equipment is fresh each time you use it. Call the number on your screen or go to SoClean2.com to take advantage of this risk-free trial and get $50 off. Call now.
It's a busy Thursday here at America's Voice Live and all over the country. In fact, right now, the president is in Tampa, Florida for a rally. Joe Biden also in Tampa today. We've not yet seen the president take the podium, Tudor, but we're expecting him to do that at any moment.
No, and we got some news today that the president is actually probably pretty happy about and may actually bring up in his rally today. The U.S. GDP has surged to a record 33%. And what does that mean? Well, we have our own Carrie Sheffield with just the news in D.C. We're going to head out to her now and get an update. Carrie?
some very positive, exciting news on the economy for Americans. We saw in the third quarter, we just got the news, a growth of 33.1% on an annualized basis for the third quarter. Now, what that means for the quarter itself, that was a growth of 7.4%, but they always make it an annual number there. And the 33.1% is a record number. We've never seen this before in American history, but we got to put the caveat that we had never seen the drop that we saw in the second quarter. So basically what we're seeing is a bounce back from the second quarter here to the third quarter. And on my program this morning, we had a spokeswoman for the Treasury Department to walk us through what this means. She said part of why this number was so strong and so robust was because before the pandemic, the American fundamentals of the economy were so strong. I spoke also with Art Laffer, who's an advisor to the president informally on economic issues, very famous economist, and he said that if it wasn't for the regulatory reform, the tax reform that the president had already overseen, which led to record unemployment before the coronavirus hit, we saw unemployment that was lowest levels that had not been seen since 1959. He said that if it wasn't so strong, that the coronavirus hitting us would not have been able to be bounced back so far, what we've seen in the economy, that it was really because of the president's leadership that the economy is now roaring back. And of course, we're going to keep you posted. Go to justthenews.com for these and other stories.
Thanks, Carrie. Make sure you tune in to Carrie's show, Just the News AM, every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Steve, it's definitely going to be something the president is going to be out there saying, hey, look at this. It's a big deal, and it happened while I was in office.
Absolutely. The GDP jumping 33.1%. That's just part of the good news in the economic picture today, because in addition to that, we've had the lowest number of new jobless claims for a week since all the way back in March when this all began. Just 751,000 Americans looking for unemployment benefits this week. Again, the lowest number since March, but a figure that remains historically high and indicates the pandemic is still forcing employers to cut jobs. Now, you couple that with the idea that we could have an unemployment rate that's going down as well, because less people are on continued unemployment. So it's not just less people applying for unemployment benefits, it's less people continuing by 700,000 on unemployment. And that would mean not only would your GDP be up by 33.1%, it's going to mean that the jobless rate is going to drop from 7.8% where it is now to a number lower, closer to 7%. This is telling, historically speaking, Tudor, I know you know this, historically speaking, if the unemployment rate is 7.2% or lower, an incumbent president wins. If it's 7.2% or higher, the challenger wins. That's kind of American history for you. So we'll see how the unemployment numbers and these numbers play out. We only have 4 or 5 days to wait, so we're almost there.
It's got to be a very hard, a jagged little pill to swallow for Democrats today. It seems as though holding off this stimulus bill, which we don't have an answer on yet, we still have not heard back from what's going on with Pelosi and Mnuchin and all these people who have been trying to work out a deal with Democrats. And they've held this off, seemingly to kind of affect this election in a negative way. And I think, Steve, there are people who are saying it could potentially have been to harm the economy in a way that people would continue to be unemployed and there would be higher numbers. And what you're saying right now about this historical number would be too high for this president to get reelected. Now, today, obviously, we're seeing these numbers are incredible. People were not expecting this. Certainly, the mainstream media is probably not highlighting these numbers today. But it is interesting. Again, all of these things that we've talked about today are major factors in this election. And it's going to be very telling to see what happens on November 3rd, if history repeats itself or not. We'll be right back here on America's Voice Live after this break.
America's favorite easy-on, easy-off energy compression socks just got better. Introducing Copperfit Energy Plus, the world's first graduated compression socks with a rich blend of ingredients found in the top moisturizing lotions and creams. These micro-encapsulated ingredients are infused into the compression fabric and are gradually released and absorbed by your movement. Motion-activated technology designed to hydrate and soften for all-day comfort. The more you move, the more Copperfit Energy Socks delivers.
I'm not thinking about that I have compression socks on. That simple fact that they feel better with them on than with them off makes me love these socks.
Our most advanced copper-infused compression fabric made in FDA-approved manufacturing facilities, woven into our Easy On, Easy Off graduated compression sock to help reduce swelling and discomfort from prolonged sitting or standing.
I feel that soothingness in my calves and in my ankles, but they can make my feet feel good after 300 miles on the road, and they got to be good for anybody else.
Enhanced compression around the arch and ankles for extra support and relief of muscle aches and pains. And a soft, shock-absorbing footbed for all-day comfort.
All that arch pain that I typically have is just relieved.
They are super comfortable.
They do the job. They're easy and they're effective. That's the whole point of wearing them.
Commercials always promise, promise, promise. This was something easy to try. Just put on a sock, see if it works. I have to say that I'm a fan.
The first ever Easy On, Easy Off compression socks with hydrating ingredients, worn by thousands of essential workers across the U.S. Order your Energy Plus compression socks online now at GetEnergyPlus.com for only $19.99 or call 1-800-515-8892. Order right now and get a second pair free.
I get compression, I get comfort, all in one sock.
Motorcycle guys appreciate the better technology. This is better technology.
Feel the power of CopperFit.
Feel like you live a lot of your life online? The average person is connected almost 7 hours a day. And all that shopping, banking, browsing, and sharing could mean exposing your personal information. In fact, 64% of adults admit to risking online privacy for convenience. Is it any wonder that 26% of people had malware on one of their devices? Or that there's a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds? Your digital life may be in lots of places, but there's one place to help keep it safe. Norton 360 with LifeLock. With security to help block hackers from your devices, a VPN to help keep your online activity private, and LifeLock identity theft protection. Now, you can get up to 25% off your first year of Norton 360 with LifeLock with promo code TV offer. Call to start your membership or visit lifelock.com/TV offer.
This is the second hour of America's Voice Live on Thursday, October 29, 2020. Thank you for joining us. I'm Tudor Dixon here with Steve Gruber. Steve, let's take a look at our top stories.
Yes, Tudor, the giants of social media in the hot seat now as the Hunter Biden story continues to get buried across their platforms. We'll bring you up to date on what these CEOs have to say about their censorship.
And another terrorist attack happened early Thursday morning in Nice, France. Jessica Rivera will bring us up on the latest in that developing situation.
And as the election rapidly approaches, Democrats just as quickly changing their tune. Now they say, in fact, they're begging, please drop off your ballots or vote in person. Do not mail them in.
The election is right around the corner, and with early voting at an all-time high, experts are saying Republicans better be prepared to get people to the polls on November 3rd if they want to see 4 more years. Let's take a look at that Election Day countdown.
In fact, now we're just 5 days out from the election. The Trump campaign not slowing its pace. Joe Biden may have to pick up his pace as well. In fact, right now, Tudor, we see that Donald Trump is live in Tampa, Florida. He just took to the podium. He's out there with Melania. Let's dip in and check into the rally in Tampa, Florida.
We should always learn from our past, and it is more important than ever that we never forget it. Under this president, our American values and ideals are protected, cherished, and upheld. We have had 3 incredible years of making America great again. In early 2020, our In early 2020, our nation began feeling the effects of a global pandemic, a virus that invaded our nation and no one really understood. Now, because of our amazing medical capabilities and resources, we are in the process of developing powerful therapeutics and vaccine. A vaccine is not a partisan issue. If you are not supporting the safe production of a vaccine, you're not supporting the health and safety of the American people. There is no room to play politics on this topic in the midst of pandemic. I want to take this moment to say thank you to the many amazing frontline workers who are with us today. Thank you for all that you are doing. You keep our most vulnerable citizens safe. Our administration fully supports you and will continue to work tirelessly to ensure that you are equipped with all the medical supplies you need. This administration also continue working to develop safer procedures and practices so that children can get back in the classroom. So that businesses can continue reopening and people can start earning an income again. This president and his team are focused on not only destroying the virus and building back the economy, they're focused on creating ways for people to safely stop isolating and start gathering with friends again on a safe distances. This is about mental health as much as it is psychical. Country of hope, not a country of fear or weakness. And we have a leader who shows us that every single day. President Trump chooses to move this country forward. This country deserves a president with proven results, not empty words and promises. On Tuesday, the direction of our country will take is in your own hands. I ask that you join us in continuing to put America first. Together, we will overcome this pandemic and continue building the brightest future for generations to come. Thank you. God bless you all. God bless your families. It is now my pleasure to welcome the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
You know what's remarkable about that, Tudor? We just had an opportunity to watch Melania address the crowd there in Tampa, Florida for a couple of minutes. She is a secret weapon this campaign has not used enough. They adore her. We've heard the president speak. It was kind of fun to hear her speak for once about America and who we are. I hope they keep her on the trail for the next 4 or 5 days. I think she is terrific. I think people really do warm up to her. What do you think?
Absolutely. So many people defend her when she has been ignored by the mainstream media. We have Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez on the cover of Vanity Fair, and she has never been on the cover of a magazine. Here's a former model, and of course, the First Lady. Past First Ladies have always been put on the cover of magazines. But Joe Biden, I want to go to him because he is in Tampa right now, but he, of course, didn't leave his home state of Delaware yesterday. He did hold a press conference. His message is a little different than what you're hearing from the Trumps. Here it is.
Folks, We've lost more than 220,000 lives of this virus already, but this administration has just given up. Over the weekend, the White House Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows, went on television and admitted that they've waved the white flag and declared surrender. He said, quote, "We're not going to control the pandemic," end of quote. The American people deserve so much better than this.
So many people have called the Biden campaign a campaign of fear, and that's what they continue to go with, Steve.
It really is. I mean, they always talk about how the Trump campaign is dark. Look at the way they're cheering for Melania. Her upbeat message, a message of America's going to fight back because that's what America does. Well, another message change for the Democrats, and that is, don't mail in your ballot. Don't do that. We were kidding. Yeah, something like that. Take it in person. Drop it off. Elizabeth Warren, Ayanna Pressley on Twitter, among others. The governor of Michigan saying the same thing now. Democrat governors who told us the COVID-19 pandemic was so dangerous you couldn't possibly go in person to vote. You had to mail it in. That is right up to the point that they realize that Donald Trump has an odds-on chance of winning this election again and upsetting the apple cart. And then, of course, it's perfectly okay to vote in person then, isn't it? Of course it is. You're watching America's Voice Live. We'll be right back.
Do you have any idea how your mattress affects your body and how well you sleep? Is it too hard or too soft, causing you to wake up with sore shoulders, back, or hips? Are you uncomfortable because you're too hot or too cold? Now you can get the total body support you need and the better sleep you want with the new MyPillow mattress topper.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell. When I invented my new MyPillow mattress topper, I made it to have everything you'd ever want in a topper. My mattress topper helps give you the support you need, helps relieve your pressure points, and regulates your body temperature for you as an individual. It comes with a 10-year warranty. You can wash and dry the cover. It's made in the USA, and I back it with my 60-day money-back guarantee.
Go to MyPillow.com or call now to get your very own MyPillow mattress topper. Use the promo code and Mike will give you 30% off and 2 standard MyPillows absolutely free. Order now.
MyPillow topper delivers on its promise to give me a better night's sleep.
I can sleep all night through, and it's a miracle for me.
Mike's exclusive 3-layer design starts with a layer of MyPillow foam, providing you superior support and comfort. The second layer of transitional foam evenly distributes body weight and helps relieve uncomfortable pressure points for optimal comfort. Mike's ultra-soft outer layer is a patented temperature-regulating cover that helps keep you at your ideal sleeping temperature all night long. Unlike other sleep systems costing thousands, the MyPillow mattress topper takes comfort to a whole new level without any wires, remotes, or moving parts. Call now or go to MyPillow.com to order your MyPillow topper. Use the promo code to save 30%. When you do, Mike will give you 2 of his standard MyPillows absolutely free. That's right, 2 standard MyPillows free and 30% off your MyPillow topper today. Order now.
I personally guarantee it's going to change your bed into the most comfortable bed you'll ever own.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
This is the kind of card that has America talking. With it, people with Medicare are getting all-in-one coverage for their doctor visits, hospital care, prescription drugs, and more. This kind of insurance, called Medicare Part C, may also cover dental care, eyeglasses, hearing aids, fitness programs, vitamins, even healthy meals and rides to the doctor. With this kind of coverage, you do not need a Medicare supplement insurance plan. You will access your benefits through your Medicare Part C plan for one low and oftentimes $0 monthly plan premium. You deserve to get the most from your Medicare benefits. Call now for free information that may help you get more coverage for less money. There is no obligation to enroll. Whether for yourself or someone you love, call the number on the screen now. Call now.
We're tired of suffering and nobody give a about poor folks. President Trump, they rushed out with nothing but love from y'all all over this nation. I don't want to hear another time I'm a Trump supporter. I'm an American supporter. Y'all have more love. Now, the Democrats call me every name but the child of God. And I'm going to shut up because I got 2 minutes because there's much more I could say. But I'll tell you one thing. This nation is one nation under God. One nation under God. Thank y'all for listening. Thank you.
Remarkable comments from Maurice Davis. What makes it remarkable? A few things. First of all, he's a Democrat, has been for 64 years. He's on the city council in Flint, Michigan. He stands to lose his job, of course, because he's come out now and endorsed Donald Trump. And he's also in Genesee County, one of 8 counties that won for Hillary Clinton in 2016. It's one of the places Democrats have to win by vast margins to carry Michigan in 2020. Maurice Davis speaking the truth, saying, you know, the Democrats don't care about us. Donald Trump actually came and talked to us, gave us an opportunity to move forward. Tudor, it is remarkable that this is happening and kind of fun to watch, actually.
It is, yes, and he's not the only one endorsing the president. We have a civil rights leader and Christian activist, Reverend William Owens, who has also come out and endorsed the president. He said something that very few people are saying. He said this politician, he actually sought out the opinion of a variety of African-American leaders and listened to what we had to say. So we have a lot of black leaders coming forward now, Steve, and endorsing this president.
There's no question. Now, our next guest here is Jerome Hudson. He's a Breitbart entertainment director. He has a brand new book out, 50 Things They Don't Want You to Know About Donald Trump. And Jerome, it seems to me that maybe Maurice there, maybe he figured out one of those things about Donald Trump they didn't want you to know, and that is he cares about poor people. Welcome to the program. Good to have you here.
To be here. I should mention that it was President Trump's EPA that actually sent $100 million to Flint, Michigan to fix their lead-laced water problems. The Democratic Party, the political press, Hillary Clinton even used this as a bludgeon to beat Donald Trump over the head with. When Barack Obama was president, it was his EPA who couldn't fix the problem. The president visited that town, as you alluded to, and he actually fixed it.
Sure.
It's one of the 50 things that I write about in my book.
Well, the problem is the truth has never been told about Flint, Michigan. The truth is that Democrats in Detroit got in a beef with Democrats from Flint and cut off their water 1 year to the day that they said, hey, we want to do our own water supply. Didn't give them adequate time. They thought they could handle it in Flint. They made a mistake. They forgot to add pool-type chemicals to balance the pH in the water that caused the lead to leach. The problem wasn't created by Republicans or even Michigan's governor at the time, who was Republican. He got blamed for it. Hillary Clinton, like you said, used it as a weapon. The problem is it just was never true. I'm glad you're telling the truth about it, Jerome.
Right. You had, and we're talking about decades of political failure to protect the people of Flint, Michigan. Democrat mayors, Democrat city council, Democrat city managers. But again, so much of my book is dedicated to how, first of all, the American people deserve good political leadership. And secondly, what can happen when they actually elect it. And I have at least 50 examples of just objectively good things of this president actually lifting the value of life for all Americans.
Can you imagine, Jerome? What if we switched roles here? What if Donald Trump had been working for the American people for 47 years and not 47 months? Like Joe Biden. What if he had been in public office trying to get things done the way he has for the last 3.5 years, and he'd done it for 47 years? It would be miraculous what he could have gotten done.
I can only imagine. Actually, it's a great question. I can't even imagine what, again, like I said, the president was elected to reorient the way that politics and policy are done in this country. There are good people who have good hearts and good intentions and very good strategies, well thought out plans to actually lift America, out of poverty, to help business owners start businesses and grow their industries. But so much of politics, particularly in Washington, D.C., does not actually hold that standard in high regard. This president does, and his record is absolutely clear.
Give me a couple of things here, Jerome. The book is 50 Things They Don't Want You to Know About Trump. Give me one or two things that they don't want you to know about Trump. It's a brand new book from Jerome Hudson from Breitbart, the entertainment editor. There it is up on your screen. Give me a thing or two. Give me something for the folks to take away.
No, again, I mean, it seems like we're talking about drawing contrasts here. From his first month in office, President Trump presided over a manufacturing boom that we haven't seen in this country since the 1970s. Everybody remembers Barack Obama saying, well, how is Donald Trump going to bring back the manufacturing sector? What is he going to do? Find a magic wand? Well, President Trump found the magic wand. In his first 2 years, 500,000 manufacturing jobs were created under his watch. That pales in comparison to the 73,000 manufacturing jobs that were created in the last 2 years of the Obama-Biden administration. I don't know why Joe Biden went there on the debate stage, but he actually said that, yes, should he be elected president, America would transition away from oil. That would hurt so many Americans in this country, particularly the all-important state of Pennsylvania. But under President Trump, America became a net exporter of natural gas. You'd have to go all the way back to 1958 to get that. And we also became a net exporter.
Exactly. We got to leave it right there, Jerome. I don't mean to jump in, but it's 50 things they don't want you to know about Trump. We are the #1 nation in the world for energy. Jerome's spot on about that. Go get the book, 50 Things They Don't Want You to Know About Trump. Things you should know. You know you're on America's Voice Live, that's for sure.
America's favorite easy on, easy off energy compression socks just got better. Introducing Copperfit Energy Plus, the world's first graduated compression socks with a rich blend of ingredients found in the top moisturizing lotions and creams. These micro-encapsulated ingredients are infused into the compression fabric and are gradually released and absorbed by your movement. Motion-activated technology designed to hydrate and soften for all-day comfort. The more you move, the more Copperfit Energy Socks delivers.
I'm not thinking about that I have compression socks on. That simple fact that they feel better with them on than with them off makes me love these socks.
Our most advanced copper-infused compression fabric made in FDA-approved manufacturing facilities, woven into our easy on, easy off graduated compression sock to help reduce swelling and discomfort from prolonged sitting or standing.
I feel that soothingness in my calves and in my ankles, but they can make my feet feel good after 300 miles on the road, and they got to be good for anybody else.
Enhanced compression around the arch and ankles for extra support and relief of muscle aches and pains. And a soft, shock-absorbing footbed for all-day comfort.
All that arch pain that I typically have is just relieved.
They are super comfortable.
They do the job. They're easy and they're effective. That's the whole point of wearing them.
Commercials always promise, promise, promise. This was something easy to try. Just put on a sock, see if it works. I have to say that I'm a fan.
The first ever easy on, easy off compression socks with hydrating ingredients, worn by thousands of essential workers across the U.S. Order your Energy Plus compression socks online now at GetEnergyPlus.com for only $19.99 or call 1-800-515-8892. Order right now and get a second pair free.
I get compression, I get comfort, all in one sock.
Motorcycle guys appreciate the better technology. This is better technology.
Feel the power of Copperfit.
So, Frank, you're a big hurt. Why do you need Nugenics? After 40, a guy loses free testosterone. Even me. I couldn't stay in shape like I used to.
Frank.
So does Nugenics really work?
Oh, yeah. My workouts are incredible now. I'm feeling stronger, more energetic, with a lot more drive.
Frank. So, say I knew someone who should try Nugenics. How does he do that?
It's easy. Just send a text to get a complimentary bottle.
Frank's right. Now you can claim a complimentary bottle of award-winning Nugenics by texting BUFF to 42424. Its unique formula is powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to help a man feel stronger, leaner, more energetic, and more passionate. Text BUFF to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenics Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of new Nugenics Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. That's BUFF to 42424.
All right, here we continue on a busy day here. It's Thursday, October the 29th, 5 days until the election. Tudor, so much to get in, so little time.
Oh, a lot in America, but also around the globe. We want to head out to our Denver studios to our own Jessica Rivera, who is going to give us an update on world news.
Thank you, Tudor and Steve. In world news, on Friday in France, an Islamic terrorist killed 3 people in a knife attack. The attack took place at the Notre Dame Basilica Church in Nice, with officials saying one of the victims was actually praying while attacked and was, quote, virtually beheaded. The attacker was shot by police and then taken into custody. The attack comes a day after a guard outside of the French consulate in Saudi Arabia was actually also attacked and injured. This also comes after French teacher Samuel Paty was beheaded in Paris almost 2 weeks ago. French President Emmanuel Macron has denounced the terrorist attack, and the country has raised its national security alert system to the highest level. There's no official motive for Friday's attack, but police believe it is part of a protest in Muslim-majority countries that began after President Macron defended cartoon drawings of the Prophet Muhammad. At the Vatican on Wednesday, the Pope blamed a lady for forcing him to keep his distance from believers. Pope Francis says the reason for the distancing, quote, is because this lady called COVID. The Pope could be seen greeting the audience without a mask, even though he is considered to be in a high-risk category for the virus since he is 83 and only has part of a lung from a childhood illness. But according to a member of the Pope's COVID-19 Response Commission, the Reverend Augusto Zampini, they are working on encouraging the Pope to actually start wearing a mask. But some have come to the conclusion having half a lung may be the exact reason the Pope doesn't want to wear the mask, for fear it will restrict his breathing even further. The Vatican currently requires masks to be worn inside and out. And in the Philippines, a police officer has been killed by a rooster. Tuesday, Philippine officers were raiding a cockfight when the rooster's gaff, which is a sharp blade put on the leg of the rooster to fight, cut Lieutenant Christine Bullock's femoral artery on the thigh. The officer was rushed to the hospital, but was unfortunately pronounced dead. Cockfighting is normally legal in the Philippines, but due to COVID, it has been made temporarily illegal, causing cockfighting rings to actually go underground. There were 3 arrests and 7 roosters confiscated in the raid. And in Iran, recent satellite photos show new construction of a nuclear site. It's the Natanz nuclear facility that looks to be under construction, which comes as a surprise since President Trump had made Iran stop its atomic program and back the U.S. out of the Iran nuclear deal. But with only 5 days left till the election, some do not believe the construction is coincidental, but rather a calculated move. Democrat presidential candidate Joe Biden has said if he is elected, he will willingly return the U.S. to the accord with Iran, leading some to believe Iran is hoping Biden wins the presidency so they can once again return to their atomic program. As for now, it is believed the handling of the newest information will be addressed once the election is over. And Tudor and Steve, that's your world news. Back to you both.
All right. Thank you, Jessica. Tudor, before we go to break, you worked on write that obituary for me for that gentleman in the Philippines, would you please? All right, shifting gears, Joe Biden's brother Jim acting just like Joe, dodging all questions on corruption issues. Listen to this.
Mr. Biden, hi. Do you care to answer some questions? No. Just wondering, why did you involve Joe Biden in your China deal? Why did you and Hunter Biden want Joe Biden to meet with Tony B? What are you talking about? Are you Mr. Jim Biden? I wanted to ask you about the China deal. Would you please stop bothering me? You don't want to comment, sir? I want to comment about anything to you. What about the plausible deniability?
I think he's denying everything there. This is America's Voice Live.
Stay tuned to get a free pan from Granite Stone. Stuck on eggs, burnt on batter. You can scrub and scrape, but you can't escape the nightmare of your sticky pans. Introducing the Granite Stone Pan, the all-new durable non-stick pan. No butter or oil needed. Watch, we melted down these sticky candies in granite stone, and it just doesn't stick. We cooked a half a dozen eggs, bacon, cheese, and tomato breakfast with no butter or oil, and it just doesn't stick. Look, caramels, chocolate, and cheese. Unreal for any other pan, but not for granite stone. It just doesn't stick. Granite stone will be the last pan you'll ever need because it's pressed from a solid aluminum disc for even heat conduction, then coated 3 times with our durable granite stone finish. Granite stone is metal utensil safe and won't scratch. And talk about non-stick. This salmon cooked skin side down with no added butter or oil just doesn't stick. This steak is perfectly seared just like the pros. And because granite stone is oven rated to 500 degrees, we bake this upside down pan pizza to perfection, and it just doesn't stick. Fire Flambe Delicious Cherries Jubilee. Plus, it's PFOA free and 100% dishwasher safe. Call or go online to get your granite stone pan for the special TV discount price of just $19.99. Granite stone is so durable it comes with a 10-year warranty. And with every order, you're going to get a granite stone single-serve egg pan absolutely free. It's the perfect size for personalized eggs, omelets, or frittatas that slide right out. It makes the best bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich quick. Yours absolutely free. We'll even ship your entire order free. That's right, free shipping. You get it all, an incredible value. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-850-0237. That's 1-800-850-0237, or order online at buygranitestone.com. That's 1-800-850-0237. Call now.
If you're over 50, imagine you could turn back the clock on your stiff, achy joints 10, even 20 years. Imagine you could do this without products that just temporarily hide the symptoms and may have side effects. Imagine no more. Get your complimentary sample of Instaflex Advanced just by texting JOINT to 231231. Instaflex Advanced is different because it targets the root cause of joint soreness and stiffness. It doesn't just cover up symptoms. Instead, it bathes your joints in its unique combination of 5 key natural ingredients found in no other product. Key ingredients backed by 5 clinical studies. Instaflex Advanced is so powerful, you could have better knees in just 1 week. Maybe that's why it's #1 at GNC. But you can only get your complimentary sample by texting JOINT to 231231. Plus, text now and we'll include a tube of Instaflex pain cream with its exclusive oxygenated oil for fast-acting relief from the pain of arthritis, backaches, and sore muscles, absolutely free. Text JOINT to 231231.
Welcome back to America's Voice Live on this Thursday as we continue on.
Yes, and Heather Mullins continues on traveling. She's always out on the ground somewhere for us. I want to head out to her now. She is today. Are you following around Donald Trump Jr. today? Is that what I hear?
That's where I am today, Tudor. For the second time, he's back. I mean, the Trump campaign has really had an incredible presence here in New Hampshire. They're really, everyone I talk to on the campaign says they're pushing for that 270 electoral votes. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with how the whole Electoral College works, Article 2, Section 1, Clause 2 of our U.S. Constitution allows for each state to have as many electors as they do state senators and state representatives in Congress. So here in New Hampshire, we have 2 senators, 2 state reps, which means our state of New Hampshire is worth 4 electoral votes. Now, what's going to happen on November 3rd is voters are going to head to the poll. But if you cast a vote for Joe Biden, what you're really doing is you're choosing 4 Democrat electors to then vote for him in December. If you vote for President Trump, you're actually choosing 4 Republican electors to then vote for him in December. And I actually recently had the opportunity to interview one of those 4 Republican electors. You may have heard of him. He's actually senior Trump campaign advisor, Corey Lewandowski. Here's what he had to say about the vote coming up in December.
Well, look, the Electoral College is the system that's put in place by our forefathers, and we have 4 electoral votes in New Hampshire. I happen to be one of the electors, which is a pretty important job, I think. But what this is really about is winning at 270. It doesn't matter, and I don't mean this in a negative sense, but the game is not who wins the popular vote, because if that was the case, we'd run a very different campaign. The game is, and the rules are established, that you have to get 270 electoral votes. That means we need to win states like Florida and Texas and Georgia and North Carolina and Wisconsin and Pennsylvania and Ohio and Iowa and Michigan. That's how you get to those numbers. So, we heard 4 years ago that Hillary Clinton won the popular vote. Well, that's not how you win the game. You win the game by getting 270 electoral votes, because if the game was...
I mean, you heard it right there from Corey Lewandowski. Could that be the strategy that wins President Trump a second term? We know back in 2000, Al Gore didn't make much of an appearance here, and it cost him the election by not showing up in the state of New Hampshire. And I can say, having been on the ground here for a little while, we haven't seen a whole heck of a lot of Biden. So it'll be interesting to see what the November 3rd votes bring, as well as the December vote. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much. Another key loss in 2000 was the state of West Virginia that went Republican for the first time in decades. It's the Electoral College. Great interview. She's exactly right about that, Tudor.
Yes, and I want to bring in our next guest, John Stemberger. He is the president of Florida First Family Policy Council, and I'm pretty sure this is a guy who would say he was maybe close to a never-Trumper first time around. John, welcome to the program.
Great to be with you, Tudor. Steve, I saw you yesterday. It's great to be on again.
Yes, you are with. I decided to do this since you got to talk to Steve yesterday. I snagged you up. So I wanted to ask you about that. You are someone who really didn't have faith in the fact that this president was going to pull this off. But now you've kind of changed your mind. You're fighting for him. Why?
Well, I thought that Donald Trump would govern as a New York centrist rhino Republican. I thought he would pick Rudy Giuliani and Chris Christie to be on his cabinet. I thought he would pick his buddies who are lawyers down in Palm Beach to be on the Supreme Court. I had no idea that when he actually won, the true conservatives that stood by his side, he said, hey, these guys came to the dance with me, so I'm going to continue to dance with them. And he surrounded himself with remarkable conservative minds, thoughtful thinkers, Christian, godly people, so people that we can trust. And it's just been remarkable to see the policies that Donald Trump has produced under his administration.
But so many people say Christians should not follow him. They're saying the opposite of what you're saying. So are you hearing that there are a lot of people like you out there that maybe thought the first time around, hey, this guy is just another politician bringing his buddies in, but now he's really fighting for religion? And that's important to Christians, is it not?
Well, it is. And I think the thing that we need to understand is you're not just voting for a man per se. You're voting for a worldview that's embodied by tens of thousands of staff people, right, that make these decisions for him. And so this is a big deal. And the worldview between the two parties could not be more significant. It used to be, if you look at President Kennedy, back in those days, the Democrats and the Republicans, there was a lot of similarity in big picture between foreign policy, domestic policy, between economics, capitalism. We had a lot in agreement. Today, it's just the opposite. The parties are so radically different that it makes a huge difference in who you elect as president.
Well, something you're saying, we actually talked about someone earlier, Reverend William Owens. He's a civil rights leader. He came out and endorsed the president, and he's saying that this is a president, well, exactly what you're saying, really. He's not making these decisions on his own. He's bringing people to the table, and he's listening to them. Tell us about Florida First Family Policy Council. What will you do with that?
So Florida Family Action, which is the legislative and activism arm of the Florida Family Policy Council, we're just trying to mobilize the vote in Florida. As you know, it was just said in the interview, Florida is one of the key states the president has to win. He's been in every major media market. He's here today in Tampa doing a huge rally. He's had surrogates in every minor market. So they have covered the entire state over and over again. Florida's critical, and we're just trying to mobilize the vote. We know it's going to be very, very close. Just like it was back in the days of Bush, hopefully not with any hanging chads or anything. But we want to ensure that we have a clean victory in Florida and that we're not here weeks later arguing over this at the United States Supreme Court.
Yeah, we'd like a clean victory in all of these states. I'm not sure we're going to get that, though. Let me ask you really quickly. What do you think is going to be the reaction of Floridians who have seen coronavirus hit? Now there seems to be a second surge and maybe a third wave coming into that state. Joe Biden is hitting very hard. The coronavirus is the biggest failure in the last decade, and that it all falls on the president. Do you think that there are folks in Florida that's going to resonate with and they're going to vote for Joe Biden? What are you hearing about their reaction to coronavirus down in Florida?
You know, it's funny to me that something that deals with science and medicine has become so politicized, including masks, including the whole issue. And the problem is, I think it is obviously is something that is very real, but it's also being politicized so that you can't really discern what the nature of the thing is, what the preventative issues are, and how much of this is hype versus how much is reality. I think the bottom line is the president did a great job. I mean, this is a worldwide epidemic. It's not as if Biden was in office that it would be doing anything other than the government regulating every single thing in terms of lockdown. So I think the president has got a great balance between opening the economy back up and trying to be safe at the same time.
So give us your prediction on Florida.
I say Florida goes solid for Trump. The energy, these rallies are unbelievable. I mean, I've never seen anything. I've been around since Reagan, never seen anything like the energy, the people, the robust support. And it's all negative energy on the other side. Nobody's excited about Biden, right? They just don't like Trump. And negative energy, like we saw with Romney and Obama, doesn't win an election. And so there's a lot of positive energy around the president, and I think that's going to carry the day. In the end, I think the mushy middle, their visceral response is going to be, we need a bodyguard to keep us safe from the mob we now see in Philadelphia and others around the country. And I think that's going to make the difference. Safety is going to be the defining issue that makes this election go for Donald Trump.
Yeah, that's what we are hearing that as well. John Stemberger, the president of Florida First Family Policy Council, thank you so much for being on today. We really appreciate it. And he's got a good point. This violence is not resonating well with the American people. In fact, we were talking earlier today about the fact that all of this is happening in Philadelphia, but it is not front page news like it was after the death of George Floyd and those riots. We're wondering, hey, could this possibly be that violence isn't polling well and it's being hidden? We don't know. We'll see what happens on November 3rd, but he makes a good point. People want to be safe in the United States. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I guarantee you they'll be the most comfortable sheets you'll ever own.
With the Giza Dream Sheets, I'm getting the best sleep of my life. They are so soft and smooth. I never slept so good.
I fall asleep faster because I'm actually comfortable.
I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable, which is why I can give you my full 10-year warranty. But I didn't stop there. My Giza sheets also include full 21-inch wide pillowcases that will fit over any pillow and deep pocket sheets that will fit over any mattress. I guarantee you the first night you sleep on my sheets, you'll never want to sleep on anything else.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now. MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets are available in a variety of colors and will be the softest, most comfortable sheets you will ever own. Use the promo code and get 2 for 1 low price, plus free shipping. Giza Dreams are made with the finest, most sought-after cotton in the world. Giza cotton was once reserved for only the finest dress shirts, but is now available in Mike's Giza Dream Sheets. They feature a beautiful silky sateen weave that helps keep you cool and comfortable all night long.
With the Giza Dream Sheets, I'm getting the best rest of my life.
I love my Giza Dream Sheets. Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now to get your very own MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets. Use the promo code and Mike will give you a very special 2 for 1 low price and free shipping. That's right, get 2 for 1 low price and free shipping. Call or go online now.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm here to tell you about my new product from MyPillow. Towels that actually work. Watch this absorbency test. Here's another towel that we randomly went out and bought. Here's one of my towels with the nice design. I don't know if you can see this, but you could line a swimming pool with this. I mean, this is crazy. Get rid of it. Towels that actually work. What a concept.
I really love the towels. They're really great. They're super absorbent.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now. The new MyPillow towels are exclusively made with 100% USA combed cotton with proprietary technology and with maximum absorbency. They dry you faster and are guaranteed to work. And listen to this. Use the promo code on your screen and Mike will include a second full towel set with bath towel, hand towel, and washcloth absolutely free. That's 2 MyPillow pillow towel sets for the price of one in your choice of color.
I personally guarantee they're going to be the best towels you'll ever own.
Order now.
You're watching America's Voice Live. Steve, I think that what John was just saying about violence across the country being a negative thing for Joe Biden is really very interesting.
I think it's true as well. We also have our LA correspondent, Amanda Head, standing by right now with a very special interview, I understand. Amanda, good to see you on this Thursday. What do you have for us?
Hi, guys. You can tell from my background, I'm back in LA. It feels very strange to be at my home base, home studio here in LA. But hey, I'll be back on the road soon. But it's great to be here because I have an excellent guest, fellow Californian, Eric Zweigart, who started the Raise Up for Trump PAC. I'm looking forward to talking to him. Eric, how are you?
Good. How are you doing, Amanda?
I'm good. Okay, so you started this PAC. You're a business owner. You, under the first Donald Trump term, experience some prosperity with your company due to the tax cuts, and you started this PAC, as I understand it, to basically encourage other business owners to pass the tax savings that you experience because of the tax cuts onto your employees. So you are pledging that if President Trump wins re-election, that your employees, all of them, will get a raise across the board.
Correct. Kind of putting our money where our mouth is, but also encouraging other business owners to do it. That's pretty much what the PAC is about, is try to get as many business owners to do it as well, and basically take advantage of what we think is going to be favorable economic conditions.
Yeah, and something you talk about in an article that you wrote, you talk about how, regardless of whether we are separated politically, there's a special relationship between employer and employee. And when you have employees who work hard, business is booming, you're in a profitable economy, then that's a relationship that forms because you have employees who trust people like you, their employer, to treat them fairly and allow that prosperity to trickle down to the people who work hard for your company.
Correct. I mean, that hopefully all business owners like that, but we have a responsibility, to help those families out. And also, I think this is also for folks that feel that a Trump administration is good economically for their company, then they can also educate their employees through this process. So when you join the Trump PAC at www.raiseuptrump.com, you get a letter back, and you actually are able to send that out to employees and make the pledge that this is what we stand for. We think that with the Trump administration, you have better economics, and therefore we want to pass it down to you guys and reward you with that.
So as a business owner, do you talk to other business owners who maybe don't necessarily support the president politically, but they did see the benefits of the tax cuts and therefore they are joining with you in signing this pledge?
Correct. So, we've seen some great growth and some great feedback. So businesses continue to sign on, and that's where we continue to push things that it's not too late. We have the weekend here, and we want to get as many business owners and CEOs to help us educate and also make the pledge to their employees. And it's a really simple process.
Have you encountered other business owners that basically said, no, we're not going to sign this because, number one, we don't support Trump, or number two, we just flat out don't want to pass that on to our employees?
Yeah, there's been a few. I've had those. I've had a few hate mails here and there, but for the most part, it's been positive and respectful on the other side. But there's a few views out there that are a little that are not my own. But for the most part, it's been good.
Okay, so let's talk about some breaking news from this morning. Q3 numbers came out, 33.1% GDP growth, lowest weekly jobless claims in 7 months. But a lot of doubters out there say, well, yeah, but that's because our economy tanked and GDP, was in the red. And yeah, obviously it's coming back up. What's your refutation of that?
Well, that's incredible that anybody would say that, because the fact is, before COVID, we had a record-breaking economy. And that's what some of my message is look, we're on a comeback, and it shows. I mean, it's amazing that number came out today, and I'm so happy it did. But it shows that Trump administration is good for the economy. There's no reason that it won't continue to be good for the economy. Why would you take, a Super Bowl winning coach out of the game? You don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the economy, stupid. It's like people, that's their number one concern for voting in this election. And yes, of course, we hit an unexpected, explosion with the coronavirus. But I think when it comes down to it, at least economy wise, obviously this isn't a direct projection of what's going to happen on Tuesday. But I think that people trust someone like President Trump to reignite the economy, because he's already done it once before. And the unfortunate aspect of all of this is that states like California, who pretty much completely shut down, and then they had like a soft reopening in May, and then Gavin Newsom said, no, never mind, we're shutting everything down. So, I'm not going to say that all of this is directly connected to President Trump's decisions or not, but you certainly can't blame all of it on a president who empowered state governors like Gavin Newsom, who decided to just wipe out his own economy. So, Eric Zweigart, we appreciate you coming on. RaiseUpTrump.com.
Yes, RaiseUpTrump.com.
All right, everybody, head over to that website. If you're a business owner, I encourage you to definitely check it out and sign that pledge along with hundreds of others. So I'm Amanda Head, and Tudor and Steve. We'll be right back.
Do you have any idea how your mattress affects your body and how well you sleep? Is it too hard or too soft, causing you to wake up with sore shoulders, back, or hips? Are you uncomfortable because you're too hot or too cold? Now you can get the total body support you need and the better sleep you want with the new MyPillow mattress topper.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell. When I invented my new MyPillow mattress topper, I made it to have everything you'd ever want in a topper. My mattress topper helps give you the support you need, helps relieve your pressure points, and regulates your body temperature for you as an individual. It comes with a 10-year warranty. You can wash and dry the cover. It's made in the USA, and I back it with my 60-day money-back guarantee.
Go to MyPillow.com or call now to get your very own MyPillow mattress topper. Use the promo code and Mike will give you 30% off and 2 standard MyPillows absolutely free. Order now.
MyPillow topper delivers on its promise to give me a better night's sleep.
I can sleep all night through, and it's a miracle for me.
Mike's exclusive 3-layer design starts with a layer of MyPillow foam, providing you superior support and comfort. The second layer of transitional foam evenly distributes body weight and helps relieve uncomfortable pressure points for optimal comfort. Mike's ultra soft outer layer is a patented temperature-regulating cover that helps keep you at your ideal sleeping temperature all night long. Unlike other sleep systems costing thousands, the MyPillow mattress topper takes comfort to a whole new level without any wires, remotes, or moving parts. Call now or go to MyPillow.com to order your MyPillow topper. Use the promo code to save 30%. When you do, Mike will give you 2 of his standard MyPillows absolutely free. That's right, 2 standard MyPillows free and 30% off your MyPillow topper today. Order now.
I personally guarantee it's going to change your bed into the most comfortable bed you'll ever own.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Hello, I'm William Shatner, and you may not know this about me, but years ago, I was diagnosed with a sleep disorder. And like millions of others, I was prescribed sleep equipment. Did you know sleep equipment manufacturers recommend daily cleaning? That's why I use SoClean 2. It's the perfect complement to my daily routine, and it's hassle-free. SoClean 2 is fast and easy. It keeps my sleep equipment fresh every day without the need for disassembly. To keep the immune system strong, we should do everything we can to ensure a good night's sleep, including using the So Clean 2 daily to keep sleep equipment fresh. Try So Clean 2 risk-free for 30 nights. Order now and get $50 off. So Clean 2 is so fast and gives you peace of mind that your sleep equipment is fresh each time you use it. Call the number on your screen or go to SoClean2.com to take advantage of this risk-free trial and get $50 off. Call now.
Well, Steve, you would not believe it. People are desperate to get to the polls. They are for sure going to make it no matter what. Even a Florida woman. Now, normally we hear Florida man, right? That's the thing. This is Florida woman. So Florida woman is she is way more put together than Florida man, because a Florida woman, even in labor, she can make it to the polling place. Of course, she's like, I'm going to have this baby. You're doing the calculation. I could be in the hospital for 3 days. I might not make it to vote. So, of course, she makes her husband stop at the polling place. Poor guy, probably panic-stricken, runs into the polling place, says to the woman, listen, this is the clerk, you got to bring a ballot out to my wife. She's got to vote right now. We're about to have a baby. They didn't want to be identified, but the clerk waited outside for her to finish filling out her ballot. That is the dedication that people are feeling right now. People really want to get out there and vote.
Put yourself in the husband's position. Honey, you listen to me right now. I'm going to have this child, and I'm going to vote first, and that's the way it's going to be. Yes, ma'am.
Forget the husband. Who cares?
You got that right.
That's right. Just going to do it, buddy.
I'm just going to skip right past that. I'm just going to go right. They're also willing to fly across the country to vote, people that have to get back to their home precinct for whatever reason. Last-minute flights being booked all over. Apparently a lot of college kids doing this, making sure that they get back to vote. You know, with all the colleges closed, a lot of college kids would have the polling place, the precinct, right there on campus. Democrats have been a master of this for years. They would also go around campus, round kids up. This is the way we're going. We're going to get you to vote. Well, with so many schools closed right now, I mean, look at the Big Ten universities closed across all of those critical states of Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa. All those schools, those colleges are closed. So they had to come up with a different plan, I guess, Tudor. But they'll fly 5 hours, and they say it's worth it. What do you think of that?
Well, I think a lot of people want to get their vote in. I just saw that Joe Biden, somehow he did a town hall with Oprah yesterday that we all missed. He was not asked anything about Hunter, in case you're wondering. But there was a 94-year-old on there that said she drove 600 miles just to vote, because apparently folks aren't getting their absentee ballots. So how could that be happening when we were so prepared months ago to send out these absentee ballots? In fact, some states were everybody was getting an absentee ballot, but I guess some people didn't get them. One other woman who is getting to the polling place in sort of a unique manner is a 101-year-old woman. She is Mary Jane Jacoby. You got to listen to her tell this herself. Here it is.
Trump, I love you, and I think you're doing one heck of a job.
Who are you voting for next Tuesday?
Guess who?
I think I know who. How are you going to vote?
How am I going to vote? What do you mean, how?
Well, are you sending in a ballot?
Oh, no, I'm going to go in on a motorcycle, and I'm going to have a good time. And I'm going to go in and say, hi, girls, here I am. Get me in that vote, that booth, and I'm going to do my thing.
God bless you. You know what? You made America great.
Well,
you made America great.
I better look like that when I'm 101 and be riding on a motorcycle. She's apparently going to be in the sidecar. Just in case you're worried about a 101-year-old woman driving a motorcycle, she will be in the sidecar. But she's dedicated.
She got to put her hat on backwards with the goggles. You know, the hat on backwards, goggles, sidecar,
she can't wear
maybe
it
a scarf
into the polling
blowing
place,
in the
though.
wind. Yeah, well, whatever. Well, fine. She can wear the goggles into the polling place. That's an awesome story. 101 years old. You know what? And she says, I've been voting in person since 1940. She's not going to break the streak. She wants to continue that streak. Good for her, Tudor. Good for her.
Yeah, they said people that age would not be going out to vote, but I think she is. I think we've also all seen the sign saying you can't wear any political paraphernalia or clothing to the polling place. Just so we're clear, you are supposed to wear clothing, just not political clothing, so don't make that mistake. That could be embarrassing. Whoopsie. Stay tuned. The National Pulse is up next.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I guarantee you they'll be the most comfortable sheets you'll ever own.
With the Giza Dream Sheets, I'm getting the best sleep of my life. They are so soft and smooth. I never slept so good.
I fall asleep faster because I'm actually comfortable.
I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable, which is why I can give you my full 10-year warranty. But I didn't stop there. My Giza sheets also